Hello everyone and welcome back to Teachers Talk Money, where I help teachers master their money in order to give back to themselves. Today we're going to be going over my net worth as of the end of April 2021, and I'm super excited to get into it. I did want to explain one thing really quickly because I've gotten more questions about this recently, about why I do not include any physical assets in my net worth, such as my car or a home. So in case you don't know, a net worth is just all of the assets that you own, minus any of your debt or any other liabilities. So essentially, my net worth is entirely made up of money, whether that be money invested in the market or money that has been saved by me and is in various savings accounts. I do not track my car in my net worth. I do own a car, but it is 21 years old and really just not worth that much money. I'm at like 158 or 9,000 miles now, so it's just not worth a lot, and any money that I might be able to get from that from reselling, if that's something that I have the potential to do, would probably just go towards my next vehicle. So I do not really include that, and I don't include a home in my net worth because I do not own a home. I rent an apartment here in Washington, D.C., and that's that. Now, I'm also not going to include any liabilities in my net worth because as of a couple of years ago, I am debt-free after paying off all of my student loans. I had $13,500 in student loans, in case you didn't know, and those have been eliminated after my first year teaching. So everything that I'm tracking today is just my assets in the market and in savings. We're going to get started today talking about all of my investment accounts, starting with my Roth IRA. My Roth IRA is currently valued at $13,782. That is up $574 from last month, and none of that was anything I contributed. So in my last budget video, I mentioned that I was expecting to contribute more money to this after getting my tax refund, but I haven't received it yet, and so no money was invested this month, so that entire growth of $574 was completely passive. Now let's talk about my 457B. This is my employer-sponsored retirement plan that I have as a teacher. The current value for this is $9,392, which increased from last month, $986. Now for this one, I did contribute $720. I do that every month, and so passively this only grew by $266. I say only, but that's still good. What I like so much about my 457B is that the contributions come directly out of each paycheck, and so I don't really think about that money as much as like money that I'm setting aside. I don't have to go through that second step of actually depositing it, and so that's a huge benefit. Now let's talk about my pension. So I don't really, in my mind, categorize this as an investment account. I talked about this in my previous net worth update, but I just track the contributions that I make to my pension each and every month, and that is because should I leave teaching early, I would only be able to withdraw the contributions, or it might make sense for me to do that instead of getting the annuity at a very highly reduced rate depending on how early I retire. So since early retirement is something I am planning on, I only track the contributions to this as money that I technically could withdraw should I leave my district. All that to say, my pension right now is, at least all my contributions to my pension total $9,876. The change from last month is $359, which is pretty much the same every month. And that's because it just comes out of my paycheck as well. Then we have my supplemental pension, which is like a smaller pension through my district specifically rather than through my state. And this is valued at $514. They only update this once a year in June, so hopefully in my June net worth video I can track the rest of my contributions. I guess I could go and look at my pay stubs and see how much has gone in there. I'm just kind of realizing that now, but honestly it's not really that big of a deal to me. I'll just check it out again in June. Then we have my savings, and the first account that I look at for this is my emergency fund. This is my fully funded emergency fund that could cover me for 3 months of expenses should I lose income or have any other non-income loss related emergencies. And that is currently $5,031. This is up $1 from last month. So all that good interest. And that's that. I didn't withdraw anything from that. Fortunately, I did not have to, and I did not make any contributions because, as I said, it's already fully funded. Then we have all my other savings, which are a lot of different things. I've got my education fund in here, which is the money that I use to pay for grad school classes. I have my travel fund, my gift fund, my summer money fund, which I will withdraw from starting in July and through August in order to live over the summer without having to work. And all of these savings accounts total up to $11,152, and that is up last month by $672. This one always fluctuates quite a bit because there are some months where I'm able to save more than other months, and then I also had to withdraw a little bit from certain accounts this month, whether that be for gifts or travel or what have you. So this one's always very different, but this month it's up $672. I also often get the question of why I do not track the money in my checking account in my net worth, and the answer is if it's in my checking account and I haven't designated it to save or invest, then that's money that I'm going to be spending either on discretionary things or on necessities or bills and things like that. So I don't really track it. I've seen other people who do track their net worth track exactly what they have in their checking account as well, but to me, I just don't really see the utility in that, so I don't really include it. So here are all the totals for April 2021. And this is pretty exciting. When you add everything up, it brings me to $49,747, which is really remarkable. I'm extremely grateful for that. Almost at the 50K mark, which is exciting. The change from last month was $2,592, which is almost exactly the difference that I saw from February to March in my net worth. So that's pretty cool because I do like to see like a certain level of stability and like be able to average it out like that. So happy about that. And the current year-to-date change is $10,980, which is really exciting. That is about half of how much my net worth grew by in 2020. And we are only at the end of April here, so we are not yet halfway through the year. So I'm pretty excited to see that not only is my net worth growing, but that rate of growth is increasing as well. And finally, I want to include a little bit of a passive income report. I didn't do this for my net worth updates last year, but I've been doing it this year, and I honestly have been really enjoying it because I think it's a really good way to illustrate why investing is so awesome and the fact that, you know, when you invest early and often, you're able to grow your net worth a lot more passively than if you start investing later, or of course, if you do not invest at all. So I want to show people the opportunity that you have with passive income through investing. So for the month of January and February, I gained some money passively, quite a bit in February and a little bit in January. And then I actually saw some losses in my investment accounts in March, just totaling $184. And that was just due to a normal market downturn fluctuation, which I think is important to note and to notice about these net worth updates is that like it's not always going to be an increase. Sometimes you are going to lose value in the assets that you're holding, and that's okay and it's expected, and what matters is that you can stay in it for the long haul. So in April, my passive income totaled $840, and that was from my interest gained on my Roth IRA as well as my 457 through work. So for all of 2021 so far, for the first 4 months, the year-to-date change is $1,841, which is pretty exciting. So far in 2021, I have been able to give myself a raise of about $1,800 with without having to rely on an employer to do that. So that's pretty cool, and I hope that seeing that can be encouraging to other people as well. And that's really all I have to say about my net worth update for April 2021. I feel really glad to do these episodes when I get to, or these videos I suppose when I get to, because it's really nice to do a deep dive into my finances. I don't do that many deep dives into my finances any longer now that I've created systems and gotten into a rhythm with making my budget and all that stuff. And so I love to delve into my accounts and just take a dedicated time to check on my progress and see how things are going. And that is honestly a beautiful feeling, and something that I wish for every single one of my viewers, that you just simply don't have to worry about money and you don't have to think about it as much or let it take up as much of your time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss any net worth updates or other videos in the future. And I will see you next week. Bye everybody.